Hi everyone, my name is Laura Milligan and I thank you for joining me today for my weekly Facebook Live. And I have been missing in action for a while. I took some time off for the over the holidays to spend some time with my family and just take a break. And so I am back today. And so thank you for joining me. I have some fun things to share and talk about. If you're there, give me a shout out. I always love when I get a comment or two at the beginning of these so that I know that I'm in the right place and that people are finding me there. So if you're there, give a shout out. Happy New Year to all of you. And I can't believe it's 2022. Doesn't that just seem crazy? I remember when we went, the calendar changed from 1999 to 2000, and that was such a big deal. Everybody was worried about what would happen, and gosh, that seems like such a long time ago, and I guess it was 22 years ago. So okay, I see some people signing in. I missed you too, Colleen. It's really good to be back, and it's nice to take a break over the holidays, but it's always good to get back into a routine. So that's what I am hoping to do this week anyway. So today is a big day in the Stampin' Up! Community because we have launched our January to June mini catalog, as well as our January and February celebration. So that means that our new catalogs have gone live. So this is the mini catalog. It is full of wonderful, wonderful things, 91 pages of wonderful products. And then this is our little celebration brochure. We love celebration. We call it sometimes the best time of the year because with any qualifying purchase that you make, you get something for free, and those free things can be found in this brochure. So if you do not have a demonstrator and do not have copies of these catalogs and would like to have them, just shoot me a quick email at laura@lauramilligan.com, and I will be happy to get them in the mail to you as quickly as I can. I'm happy to share them with you, and I would love the opportunity to serve as your demonstrator. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my view down now. Try to anyway. I don't know. I'm not sure that there we go. There we go. Little technical difficulty. I guess I'm rusty from taking the time off. But hi, Nancy. Good to see you. Hi, Gran. Happy New Year. Hi, Colleen. Good to see you. Thank you all for joining me. So these are our two new catalogs that just started today. And like I said, if you don't have one and would like a copy, let me know. And hi, Juanita. How are you? So a couple things I'm going to do today. One of them is I would like to talk about my new class to go that I just released yesterday. And my classes to go, I offer these every month, and I partner with my talented Canadian demonstrator friend Sherry Roth, and each of us design 3 cards for these classes, so you get 6 different card ideas. In this case, it's featuring the New Horizons bundle. So let me just bring in my catalog because I want to show you. This is the stamp set. Well, actually, I have the stamp set in person. I should probably... not in person, but you know what I mean. But this is where you can find these in our catalog. They're on page 42 and 43. These are all the products that we are featuring in this class. So let me just show you. The class is $35, and that includes a lot of product. I think, to me, the star of the show is this beautiful designer paper. It's called New Horizons, and I just pulled out some of my favorites, but you can see, like, doesn't this just remind you of like a beautiful meadow scene, as does this? That this was pretty. It's almost like the water and then a beautiful sunrise or sunset. This is another really pretty one, and this one. And then the back sides are also really pretty. I love the soft colors in these. I think this is just gorgeous, gorgeous paper, and we've used that. You will get this paper in your class as part of the $35 class fee. You'll also get a double bolt of this ribbon, a double package of ribbon, I should say, 2 bolts. This is a 1/8 inch cotton ribbon, and it comes in the Misty Moonlight, and I believe it's Petal Pink. It is so soft and really nice to work with, so that is included. You'll also get a pack of the Pebbles enamel shapes, which are super cute. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Candy. And then you have the option of adding on this bundle, and you will need the bundle to complete your projects. But I love these products, and so let me just, this is a quick glimpse of the 6 card kits that you'll get in the class. And so with these, we include, with our classes to go, we include a PDF, and the PDF includes all the supplies used, the measurements for all the projects so that you can duplicate them, and a video tutorial for each project so you can stamp right along with us. And I think what a lot of people do is start the video and follow along, and then if they need to stop to do whatever particular thing we're doing or to get caught up, they can stop and then they start again to complete all the cards. So it's almost as good as you being in my studio with me. And so I just sent out, like I said, the class information on this yesterday to my email list. So if you are not on my email list, you really need to be, because that's where I notify people about any classes that I'm offering, any specials that Stampin' Up! Is offering, and anything going on with Stampin' Up! So if you're not on my email list yet, I'm going to post a link on this Facebook Live when I'm done, and you can just click on that and opt in. So that is my class to go. Registration ends January 14th. I can't tell you how much I love this class and these projects. It's a really good one. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside. So I have 2 cards that I'm going to make for you today. And the first one, let me see. Hi, Marcia. How are you? Hi, Judy. Oh, it's so fun to see you all again. I've missed you all. So the first card I'm going to make today features something from the mini catalog, and it is the Blessings of Home bundle. It's the stamp set. It's actually a whole suite, but I am using the Blessings of Home bundle, the stamp, and some of the products that go along with that. So let me just show you this card. This card goes together pretty quickly. And I know you all said you like to see my finished project before I start, so you can kind of know what I'm working towards. And I'm going to leave my catalog open here so that I can refer to the names of some of these new products, because I have not memorized all of them, and so this will be a good reference for me. So this is the page. This is page 59. If you have your copy of your catalog, this is where you can see the products that I'm using today. So I'll just set that right over there. Whoops. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with a thick white card base. And you know, those of you that know me know that I use white card bases all the time. And I have already scored and burnished this with my bone folder. And then I'm going to take a piece of thick white, and I actually have used a new embossing folder, and those of you that know me also know that I love anything to do with bees. And so this is called the Hive 3D embossing folder. Super cute, but you can use it, of course, for more things than just beehives. But I love the texture that this adds. So I have a little panel of that. And then I have 2 strips of designer paper, and this designer paper is called Heart and Home, and let me just show you in the catalog. It's always better in person, but this is a really beautiful mixture of different colors. There's cinnamon cider in this, Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green. It's a really great collection, and so I just pulled out 2 of those patterns for my card today. And the first thing I'm going to do is attach my little beehive. And you know what's neat about this? So you could turn it this way and these little sections of the beehive would pop out, or you could do it this way. So I'm going to do it with it more sunken in, but I'm going to take my Tombow liquid glue and just put some of that on the back. I've really grown to love this liquid glue. It lasts a long time and it holds really well. And you know, you've heard me say before, when I'm using it, you have a little bit of wiggle room. You don't have a lot of time because it holds pretty quickly and dries pretty fast, but I love that you can wiggle. If you get something not quite straight, you can always fix it. Okay, so then I'm going to take these two patterns. Let me just show you. So the back side of these are really pretty too. They're like a wood grain. So I'm just going to take my paper snips and angle this. I'll be posting this on my blog, which is lauramilligan.com. I will be posting that probably tomorrow, this card, and I'll include all the measurements and supplies. So I'm going to take these two and I'm going to position those like that, right on my card front. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue. I love these soft colors, and you know, I love Christmas. I always say probably there are very few people that love Christmas more than me. I love the reds and the greens and all of that, but there's just something nice about starting the new year with some nice fresh colors. And these are Misty Moonlight and Fresh Freesia, and I think they're just so pretty. So I'm going to overlap these a little bit. This card goes together really, really quickly. Then I'm going to take, these are Heart and Home doilies, and they come in two different colors, Cinnamon Cider and Misty Moonlight. Look how pretty those. Oh, and there's a gray as well. So I'm going to take one of these. And I'm just going to cut this. And I like to, I'm going to actually cut this in fourths because I just need a little piece here that I'm going to put there like that. And it's going to be covered up once I stamp my big floral image. And I'll do that on this. Let me show you the stamp set. It's really pretty. I will be using this more. I'll probably be sharing something with this later this week as well on my blog, lauramilligan.com. So be sure to go and check that out. But I love this big floral spray. And then this is the one I'm going to be using today. And I'm just stamping it in Fresh Freesia ink. I love this. You are a real blessing to everyone around you. I think that's such a nice word sentiment. And then have a perfect birthday. Thank you for inspiring me. There's some good words here. So I'm going to take my Fresh Freesia ink. And I'm just going to stamp this. I'm going to do it right there like that. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to take the dies. These are the Flowers of Home dies. And this is the die that you'll use to cut that out. And this will actually fit in the mini cut and emboss. I've already gone ahead and cut that. So I'm just going to use that just to save a little bit of time. This has some great dies. I love these little sprays as well and the little flowers. So like I said, I'll be using more of this. You will see this set in action more this week and probably more beyond as well. Okay, so cut that out, and then I'm going to take a little strip of paper. Let me see. Looks like I forgot my paper, but I think I can maybe find some in my drawer here. Yeah, this will work. Okay, so I'm going to take just this little piece and I'm going to stamp my words, have a perfect birthday. And those I did with Misty Moonlight. Or that I did, I should say. And you know that I have been mounting my words at a diagonal. I feel like for me, when I do it corner to corner, it's easier for me to get the words straight, and I don't really know why that is. I guess it's easier to see that way. So I'm just going to go ahead. Okay, and that looks pretty straight. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, now we'll just go ahead and put this together. I'm going to close up my ink. We have a cold day here today where I live, but the sunshine is out, so it's actually a really beautiful day. All right, so now I am going to just position this like this, and then you can see how this is going to kind of catch those edges so you won't see those. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this doily. Just do it about like that. That should be pretty good. Okay, then I'm going to take my floral image, and this I'm going to pop up with dimensionals, and I think I have some right here. Yes, I do. So I'll just put a few of these on the back. Oops, pulled two off there. Okay, so we'll put those on the back. And I'm just going to angle this like that. Isn't that pretty? I love these colors. Okay, then I'll add my words, and those are just going to go across like that, and I'm just going to snip these, or snip that strip just like that, and I'll go ahead and attach this. Just put that just about there, and I want it to hang over a little bit over that beehive embossed section because I think I just like the look of that. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, part of this suite is this really pretty denim ribbon, and what I did for this, I'm just going to take a piece and I am going to cut it in half because I wanted a little bit smaller ribbon, smaller bow. So I'm just going to cut this right down the middle, and then I'll save the other half for the next card I make. So we'll just cut this in half. And I don't really mind if the edges fray. Where I'm cutting, I actually kind of like that look. It's kind of like a shabby chic. And I like shabby chic, so this is probably a little bit longer than I needed, but I just thought since I was cutting, I'd rather be safe rather than sorry. Okay. So I'm going to take this and I'll just tie a bow. Like that, and then just pull the ends. And it is a little bit shabby chic. So some of this, I'm going to go ahead and trim a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to trim the ends a little bit as well, because it's a little bit too long. I thought it probably would be, but okay. So we'll get these little extras out of here. And then I'm just going to take a glue dot. Fidget with this a little bit. Take my glue dot and I'll attach that. And I'll just put that right there on those flowers. So pretty. And then to finish this, we have some new gems. These are called iridescent rhinestones basic jewels. And I'll just put one of these on my card. Whoops. And of course I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. And for this I used one of the larger gems. These come in 3 different sizes. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up, and I just put that right there like that. And there is my first card for today. Here's my sample. And so you can see it's just very soft, pretty colors. And it's a perfect birthday card. Okay, so there's my first card. Let me know what you think. Do you like these colors? I think it's a really pretty color combination. All right, now I'm going to get this out of the way, and then I have one more card that I want to make today. And this card features something from the Celebration brochure, and it's a set that I think is going to be super popular because it's adorable. It's the Awesome Otter stamp set. So you can get this for free with a $50 product purchase. And I'm going to make a cute little card featuring this image from the set. So here's my little packet, and here's the card that I'm going to make. Isn't it cute? Such a cute little guy. All right. So again, I started with a thick white card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and then I'm just going to add some designer paper. And let me show you. Let me find my Celebration brochure because I think I had one here. Yeah, here we go. So here is this free Awesome Otter set that you can get with a $50 product purchase. And then I'm also using, oh gosh, here it is. The paper that I'm using is also a free Celebration choice. You can get this for free with a $50 purchase. It's called Sunshine and Rainbows. And here's a quick little glimpse at this paper. If you like rainbows, you will love this. And look at the clouds, so cute. We have a cloud punch that goes with those, a new cloud punch. There's stripes, there's polka dots, the rainbows. There's a lot to love in this pack. And then let me show you the other side too. Really pretty. I love that stripe, that bold stripe. So that is something you can get for free with a qualifying purchase. And so let me just show you how I put this card together. And this one as well goes together pretty quickly. So I'm going to start by just adhering a little piece of that designer paper. Thanks, Colleen. She says she loves the card and the color choice. Thank you. I do too. All right, so I'm going to put this here. It's about an inch or a little bit less. Whoops. There's that wiggle room, but I didn't want that to wiggle. Okay, so we'll hold that down. That's going to go across there. And then I'm going to take this little piece of white, and this is what I'm going to build the whole card on. So I'll start by adhering this piece. There's the other side. But I love the different colors in this, the striped patterns. So I'll go ahead and attach this. Going to be centered on there like that. Okay. Then I'm going to do some stamping. I'm going to use the word stamp. It says "You are utterly awesome," and for that I'll use my tuxedo black ink. I'm going to try that again. That did not go on very well. I think I need to ink it a little bit more. So I'll do that about, we'll see. Okay, that looks better. All right. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to stamp the otter. This is cute. It's like he's popping his head right out of the water. So there he is. Isn't he cute? And I'm going to put my cap back on my glue. I should point out too, you're probably wondering, this little straight pin here, I leave this on my glue. I just slide it under the wrapping because sometimes the tip of this glue gets dried out, and all you need to do if that happens is take a straight pin and just push it in the end, and that unclogs it. So I always just keep mine just tucked in there like that. All right, so now I'm going to add some color to this cute little guy. And I'll use my Stampin' Blends. Yeah, this is a great, you're right, Colleen. She says this DSP coordinates with so many colors. It really does. There's so many colors in that DSP. All right, so I'm going to add some color to this cute little otter. I'm going to give her a petal pink nose. This is dark petal pink, and I'm going to do just a touch of pink there on her ear, the inside of her ear. And then I'm going to use my dark Pool Party, and I, for the most part, use this fine tip, the bullet point. I just feel like I can control it better. And with these blends, a light touch is what you want. You barely need to touch your paper, your cardstock. You don't want to push too hard. There's no reason to, really. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of dark where these little waves are. Just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in my Pool Party, my light Pool Party. And I'm just going to fill in some of this. And I'm doing this kind of quickly. I want to have some white showing, so I'm not really coloring it real solid. I like the white showing through a little bit. Okay. I agree, Wendy. I think this little otter is adorable. Okay, then I'm going to take, I have my gray granite, and I'm going to start with the dark gray granite and just create a little bit of dark. So I'm going to lightly go around his little, I don't know, would that be his muzzle? I don't know what that's called, but I'm going to put a little bit more around here on this end, like that. Maybe a touch there because I want to highlight that area. Okay. Then I'm going to take my light gray granite, and just blend. Soften those dark lines and just kind of blend that in. He's just cute. Okay. I got so many beautiful Christmas cards from you all this Christmas season. I thank you so much for those. It really is a highlight of the day when the mail comes and I get some beautiful, beautiful cards, and you all are really talented. I really appreciated that. So, okay, now I'm going to take this piece and just create a flag on the ends here. Like that. Okay, now I have a circle. This is a circle from that designer paper, and I used one of the layering circle dies. I believe this is it's number 5, which it's the 5th largest. You know what, let me pull these out, I'll show you. I numbered these a long time ago when they first came out, so that I could keep track and refer to them. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th largest one. And so I've already gone ahead and cut a circle out of the designer paper, the one with the cute little hearts on it, Pool Party. And then I'm going to use it to cut this little otter out. You know what? I think I did this wrong. I did. Well, it wouldn't be right if I came back today with everything perfect, but I'll show you what I did. So I've already, what I've done is I've taken another section. I did this ahead of time, and what I did was I just ran this through to get this circle shape at the bottom. Actually, you know what? I think this will work. It will work. I'm sorry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this and go like this. I have my little mini cut and emboss machine, and I'm going to just run this through. Get these things out of the way here. So with this, I love our mini, let me pull this up here so that hopefully you can see it. Hi Myra, how are you? Okay, so I'm gonna start with just creating my sandwich here. And what I'm gonna do is I wanna have this otter shape round at the bottom. And so I'm just going to get this set up like this, and then this just cranks right through. The nice thing about this little mini cut and emboss machine is that you can just put it, it's easy to carry and go anywhere with you. If you're working in a different room, if you're going to a friend's house to stamp, if you're going to a retreat. But look how cute, and then it just folds up, and literally it's about as big as my hand. Of course my hand has ink on it, but it's teeny. You can hold it in your hand. I don't know, it maybe weighs 5 pounds. It's almost like a bag of sugar or flour or something like that, but it's so cute and it works really, really well. And so what I have done is, so I wanted the curve of that so that it will match my circle. So what I'm going to do then, and you can see how that's just going to fit right on there. But what I did was I took my paper snips and trimmed, just followed the design of the water and the otter like this, cut all around that, and ended up with this piece. Okay, and so that is going to go on there, and I'm going to pop that up with some dimensionals. Hi, Becky. How are you? It's so fun to see everybody popping in today. Thank you for joining me. Okay. So I'm just going to put this right here on the bottom of that circle. And by cutting it with that same circle shape, it just fits right on there like that. And now we're ready to put this together. So I'm going to start with this piece, and I did pop that up with dimensionals. If you ever wonder about me with a card that I'm making, if you're looking at it, you can probably assume that most of the time I have popped a lot of these panels up because I like to do that. I like the dimension that it creates. Okay, let me get the backs off of these. There like that. And then I'm going to take my little words, "You are utterly awesome," and I will go ahead and attach those. I think this was the back side. I didn't like the way it's stamped. Okay. So I'm going to put that right there like that. And then I'll add, whoops, my cute little otter. Is that not adorable? She's so cute. All right. And this one I did not pop up. I'm just going to add some adhesive. Look at the cute pattern of the paper on the back. This is a great paper, free with a $50 qualifying order. So I'm going to set that on there. Hi, Pat. How are you? Okay, and then to finish this, I'm just going to add a little bit of embellishments. First of all, I took some of the bumblebee gingham ribbon. Anything with bees or bumblebee in the name, you know I love, right? Like that beehive embossing folder is just too cute. Okay, so here's a little bow. And I'm just going to, well, actually, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to tie a knot. Let's tie a loose knot, and then I'll just trim up the ends. Like that. And I will attach this, I'm just going to put it right there on my card with a glue dot. So we'll pick that up. We'll put that right there like that. And I'm going to trim this side, looks a little bit too long. just trim that up a little bit. And then I'm just going to use some more of these iridescent rhinestones. They're kind of fun, and they pick up whatever color you use them with, they sort of pick up that color. So you all know that I give these cards away. Anytime I make cards on my Facebook Lives, I always hold a drawing the next week when I go live. And by commenting and sharing this live, you have the chance to win these cards. So leave a comment, share this with your friends. You may have some crafty friends that might be interested, and you may be the lucky winner of both of these cards. Well, one of the cards that I make. I kind of share the love and send one card to 2 lucky winners. So these are the 2 cards that I created today. I hope you like them. I think he is so cute, and I love, like I said, the fresh, clean look of this card. I'm going to go ahead and switch back up here. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. I hope you like these cards. I'm going to hold them up here for you to see. Super cute. And I always appreciate you joining me. I will be back next Monday with some more project ideas for you. And I will be posting the links when I'm done with my Facebook Live today. I'll post the links for signing up to get my emails, and also the link to my On the Horizon class to go that I started offering is live now, so you can register. Registration will be open through January 14th. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next week. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the sunshine. Bye-bye.